Point, where duty, honor, and country shape leaders, a team rises to meet every challenge. The members of the Army Men's Gymnastics team are all soldiers and athletes who balance military duties, the rigor of academics, while maintaining peak athleticism. They conquered the Eastern College Athletic Conference time and time again. 1958, 1960, 1962. Now on to the final competitor on the bottle board. Look at that swing. If he keeps this up, they've got a real shot at taking down Navy. Army wins. The pride of West Point stands tall once again. Each routine reflects their discipline. Each moment honors their legacy. This is
Gymnastic fans, on behalf of our Superintendent, Lieutenant General Stephen W. Gillen, the Commander of Cadets, Brigadier General R.J. Garcia, and the Army West Point Director of Athletics, Mr. Tom Theodorakis, welcome to the Major General Neal and Joan Creighton Gymnastics Arena, home of Army West Point Gymnastics. The head coach for the United States Air Force is Josh Lozer, assisted by Sergey Resnick and Mike Reed. Team captains for Air Force are Patrick Hoops and Eric Upton. The head coach for Simpson College is Colin Payne. Team captain for Simpson is Alex Catchpole. Army's coaching staff includes head coach J.D. Reeve, assisted by associate head coach Carmine Giglio and assistant coach Jake Bonet. Army's officer representative for today's competition is CPT Connor Venrick. Team captains for Army are Joseph Busselmeyer and Noah Duran. Today's judges are Lenny Lucarello, Nate Dotson, Kathy Sue Rupp, Steve Veltri, Danae Rupp, and Veso Manov. Ladies and gentlemen, at this time, please rise for the playing of the national anthem.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, from the historic and beautiful United States Military Academy at West Point. And welcome to the Tri-Gymnastics meet between Army, Army, Air Force, and Simpson College. I'm Arny Ferrando, class of 1978, former gymnast, retired lieutenant colonel, and I have two outstanding gymnasts in their own right assisting me tonight on the broadcast. First to Dan Colomb.
Good evening, everybody. This is Dan Colomb, freshly retired Lieutenant Colonel from the U.S. Army, West Point class of 2003. Good evening.
Hey everyone, nice to see you, Arnie and Daniel. My name is Asad. I'm a former gymnast from Cal. Excited to be here today. I think this is going to be such a fun day. We're going to see some really cool gymnastics. Excited to commentate with both of you guys today.
Yeah, so Asad, why don't you tell us the format here since we got a try meet and how we're do this today, please.
Before we get into the try meet, I know that we do have the coaches up for Army at the moment. Dan, you want to take that over?
Yeah, so coaches for Army, head coach J.D. Reeve here in his second season with the U.S. Military Academy. Carmine Giulio, he's been on for about 24 years. He came in when I was a cadet here. And our newest addition, Jake Bonnet, his first season at Army. And I'll tell you what, this coaching staff has made quite a difference over the past year or two.
Speaking of Jake Bonnet, he's a former Nebraska gymnast. So honestly, really cool to see the NCAA guys that are taking on leadership positions in the NCAA. It's really cool.
As indeed, he's done a great job with this team already. To be honest with you, the team is really making great strides this year, and we're looking forward to a good meet here. So please tell us the
average
format
and high for Army. From the season, average score just over a 308. Their high 311.9. So we're aiming to get up at by that 311 again this afternoon.
It looks like it. And then the other two teams we do have, so Air Force coaches are Josh Lossler, Sergey Resnick, and Mike Reed. These guys have been heading up the Air Force team this season, and Air Force is really showing out. So we're really expecting some good gymnastics from their team. Their average for this year is a 308.017, and their high is a 314.5. So a little bit higher than Army. I do think that Army has a great chance of taking them over today. And our last team is Simpson College. Today, they are coached by Colin Payne and Kelsey Koken. Their team scores are, so the average is a 292.1 and a high of a 302.3. So these guys are a newer team in the NCAA. These guys are facing two legacy teams. I think they're really trying to make a statement today. I think Simpson is gonna do their best to show out in front of these wonderful academies. But Arnie, back to you. You had mentioned, to talk about the format of the meet today. So as you guys can see, the ones that are viewing, it's a try meet. So we're gonna have one team starting off on floor, another one starting off on rings, and then a third starting off on pommel. These guys are going to be going all roughly at the same time, so we're going to try to cover as much as we can. We're going to be focusing on usually one or two at a time, but there's a lot going to be going on. And as soon as they finish up one rotation, they'll rotate in the Olympic order. So who's on floor will go to pommel, on pommel to rings, and so on. And then we'll move to the second half of the meet. We'll start on vault, parallel bars, and high bar, and do the same rotation. So it looks like these guys did just finish up their warm-up, and it looks like the meet is about to start. So excited to take this on with you guys.
Yeah, thanks.
Yeah, excited to see what happens here. You saw those scores up there, and it really is anyone's meet. And what a testament to the NCAA program with Simpson College coming in, not far behind these legacy teams. So that is great to see teams being added.
Oh, absolutely.
So Army will start on floor, Simpson on pommels, and Air Force will start on steel rings.
I'm surprised that Air Force took the chance to start on rings. I mean, we know. I think I would have probably started on pommel and get that event out of the way.
Get out of the way. That's right. We'll see what happens. Army has a great pommel horse team this year. They've been doing quite well on the pommel horse all season long.
Well, so does Air Force. I'm blanking on the kid's name, but he's actually one of the best in the country on pommel.
Hey, Hoops.
Hoops, thank you very much. Just outstanding. So.
See Army starting out on floor.
Yes, sir.
Good clean set so far. So we're going to go into some to his press handstand here in the corner. Thought he was going to get into some circle work on the floor there, but went up to the press handstand.
One thing that I've noticed with a lot of with this new code, we're not really seeing any wide arm handstands anymore. It's really just that press up and the addition of the scale, which I'm definitely going to want both Arny and Dan. I want your thoughts on how that scale looks in these new routines. It's a little bit wild. I'm not a big fan, but that's just my personal opinion.
You know, when I was competing, I used to love scale on floor because it gives you a second to catch your breath.
Yeah. I will give you that. But so with the new code, these guys now it's 4 up 4 count just to make it a little more media friendly. But these guys are also what's it called? They're doing 8 skill routines, and with 8 skill routines, I mean it's less of an opportunity to really show out. But we're going to see some bigger gymnastics in that way.
Simpson on the pommel horse now.
Nice flare work.
All right.
2 great sets to start the meet.
Yeah. And now to the rings with Air Force.
So, Arny, I think you were right. I think it is going to be 1 each up on each event, so they're not going to all be going at the same time.
I think that's better for those watching, don't you? I mean, it's boom, boom, but you get to see all the routines.
No, I agree.
There's a lot of talent. A lot of talent to see today.
It should give enough time in between to get the scores up. Yeah, it should flow pretty quickly.
No, it will. But up next on Air Force for ring swing off, it's Jared Fry. I believe he is a freshman at the moment. Yeah, he's a freshman, a 6-foot freshman starting off on rings for Air Force.
Imagine doing rings at 6 foot tall. That's pretty tough.
I can't imagine.
Swing into strength element. That was pretty nice. Maybe a slight little bit short on the hold, but execution was great there.
So they changed up another thing in the code where if you do those Yamawakis, the tucked one, same value, but the piked one, if you go right up to handstand afterwards, you get an additional 10th that upgrades. So we're going to see some of the guys might pull that skill on rings today.
Yeah, Dan and I were hoping to get rid of the Yamawakis, to be honest with you, for this quad.
I love the Yamawaki. I think it's an elegant skill. Ooh. Picking it right back up.
Nice stitch line. Had to fight a bit on that routine.
It looked like
when you start swinging on those rings a little bit, it's very hard to get that back.
No, it is. That dismount, though, it looked great. It looked like he stuck it, and then he took that little step right afterwards, giving up at least 2-3 tenths.
Nice stick by Cass Johnson, opening pass on the floor exercise. Cass is a freshman this year.
Army actually has most of its routines are underclassmen this year between what we call cows and plebes, or freshmen and sophomores. And this is one of them. He's done a great job all year so far for us. So it's tough, as you can appreciate, Asad coming in to any team as a freshman and cracking the lineup and being a significant contributor.
No, I mean, it makes it, especially with the 4 up 4 count now, we're going from almost 30 routines a meet to 24 meets. These guys have a significantly less, chance to make lineup. So a freshman making lineup on a team like this is a testament to his own ability.
Yeah, roger that. You'll see some. We have 3 fabulous freshmen here that compete regularly. Actually 4, and you'll see them today. So
one of the other changes, you just saw Cash just finish up with a double flipping that double pike. So that's another new addition to the code, is you have to do a double flipping skill to end the routine. Which I do agree with you, Dan. I get, having that scale gives you a little bit of breath work, gives you a little room to catch your breath before you pull out a double flip as your last event or last skill.
Yeah, it's something I'll tell you as we go through this competition this afternoon. one thing to watch Army, and I hope we see that today, is the coaching staff in the past 2 years has really put an emphasis on going back to basics and getting that execution as high as they can get it. And then later on this season, they might try to add a difficulty upgrade. But they are more clean and they stick dismounts than I've ever seen the Army team in the past.
I mean, you saw Virtius with that first line. He went 2.5, stuck it cold as his first line. So, I mean, that makes sense. You can clearly see that they're focusing on those sticks.
Scores are posted. You can see from the first round here, 13-4, Army, 11-7-5, 11-5 for Air Force on the ring. So, to your point, I saw they're doing a great job moving this along score-wise, too.
Well, I mean, just what Dan was saying. I mean, but Army's focusing on execution. I mean, with a 4-5 start value and a 13-4 score, I mean, that's barely a point off in general for the whole routine. So that's incredible. But it looks like we have Dennis Armia up on rings for Air Force. A nice kip to L. And a straight body press. Those are hard.
That tuck Yamawaki to lock arm hand.
Nice job killing the swing on that, too. Double layout.
Yeah, beautiful dismount.
Yeah, that was a great dismount to end with. I like the flare out on the double A.
It tells everyone, hey, I got this.
No,
I got
for
plenty
real.
of time.
We got Jaden Blank up on floor for Army. Jaden is currently he 5'11". I believe he is a freshman he's a sophomore for Army at the moment.
That's right. See that every landing they're fighting for him.
Oh, sticky feet today.
Nice V-sit.
That's a nice maneuver there. Not exactly a rest either, because it takes a bit out of you. But nice maneuver.
Right, you can take a breath, but your triceps are burning.
Yeah, right.
There's that scale. And we were talking earlier about the scales. Arnie, back when you and I were competing, it was mandatory. But we trained that way. I knew I grew up going to ballet class and everything else as part of my training. The scale was like the easiest part of your routine. You look forward to getting to that point. These guys never
you were
trained
good at balance. So I did scales in
scales were
jail.
actually done on the floor.
Balance.
There was no mat then.
No, that was a good routine up from Army.
Yeah, just one step on his dismount pass, but everything else executed very clean. Not a pommel horse with Simpson College.
Brandon Voss. So Brennan is a sophomore from Seattle. Nice Maggie Arcevato. Popping that handstand right up into that dismount.
He kept it short and sweet there, huh? Got in when he needed to and got off. Nice job.
On pommel, that's all you got to do.
The longer you stay on, the more chance you have to come off, right?
That's right.
No, exactly.
Now rings. Air Force.
Eric Upton on the still rings for Air Force. Nice back up press cross. He opened his hands. Shows the judge you're not, false grip wrapping around the ring.
And that was a nice cross. Eric from Houston, Texas. Wow.
Double, one set, yeah.
Yeah, nice job. Nice dismount there, too.
So one of the other new additions to this code is the way that the dismounts are now judged. So say for instance he just did that double E value, so 0.5. So now it's 0.5 plus the same value of the dismount, and you get the stick bonus. So you're getting 0.5 plus 0.5 plus a 0.2 if you stick it. So it's a 1.2 value skill, which is crazy, and it could really make or break a routine. So you'll see some really big dismounts today.
Speaking of which, Max just did a nice front pass there and stuck his initial front.
The double front came back with a double twist. Double twist stuff.
He's got some sticky feet today, Max Rubin. They know they got to show out today. Home turf senior meet.
Last meet, too. Last home meet for us, yeah.
There we go.
Yeah.
Great set.
Yeah.
That was big.
Yeah, he's happy with that.
Jake is happy, too. There you go.
Yeah, so a few weeks ago here at the Army Gymnastics Arena, we just lost to Navy by a few tenths. And, I think they're thirsty right now, so trying to sneak past Air Force and take that one.
That's
you can clearly see it. So that was Tristan Shorey for Simpson College on pommel horse. Again, short and sweet, got on up.
It looks like he gave up the D dismount there.
Yeah, a little bit there. We're not seeing too big dismounts on pommel horse from Simpson today. It looks like they're kicking up the handstand and hopping right off. No pirouettes.
And I wonder if that's by choice or if that's they get to the end of their set and they realize I'm not going to hit this one, so they just bail on just a half pirouette.
That's a good question. Honestly, probably a game time decision on their end.
Because you need the D dismount to score properly, right? So
you do.
In essence, giving that element group up.
That's where they're giving up a lot of their start value. But up for
nice
Air Force on rings, Charlie Miles.
Swing to cross, drop down back into another cross, getting the strength out of the way up front.
Yamawaki was hard on him there.
That looked like it could hurt the shoulders.
Yeah.
Definitely going to need to ice after this.
I'm watching
nice handstand. Whoa!
Good dismount.
Yeah, nice dismount. Very
cool.
Very original. I like it.
And that's wide landing. Very hard to land that.
No, it is, but he got it right.
We have one on the Army squad that does double front pike.
No, I think that looks so cool. I love the dismount on rings that they do the double front or double pike, and then they half out at the end. They kick out well and come right to their feet. It just looks so good.
Yeah, so Army's done on 4, so I guess we're waiting on... the score for the last still rings, and then I guess they're putting a fifth one up on Palmos for Simpson.
And
But as of right now, Army does.
Yeah, that's likely an exhibition there with Jake Smith on the pommel horse. So Army's sitting at unofficial scores are now 53.1 floor exercise. Simpson 45.7 on the pommel horse, and we're still waiting on the final score for Charlie Miles Air Force on the still rings.
That's a pretty big lead that Army has taken on the first event. That's pretty big.
And so I think the athletes we're going to see now are competing just as exhibition. And I know, speaking with the Army coach last night, their athletes, this is their senior night, I believe. So they might throw up a couple seniors just to get some competition time in their final senior home meet.
No, that makes sense. It's always that memorable meet when you're in your senior year. You know, you want to show out, you want to get on the floor and get the home crowd hype. You guys remember competing in this arena?
I do. I competed in here my senior year. It had just opened.
Okay, wow.
Yeah, it wasn't even a glint in our eye back then. We competed in the old gymnasium back in those days. But to your point, you know, it's a sweet. It's mixed emotions, right? Your last meet at home after 4 years.
Well, Arnie, when you were competing,
they had to kick the horses out of the stable before they could use the space.
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
Arnie, when you were competing, I'm assuming that was around the time that floor didn't have any springs, right? So you competed on basically like it was like foam and the carpet.
Roger that. You got that right. That's exactly right. So
I can't even fathom that. That's insane.
That's right. So when somebody was throwing like a double back on the floor, that was something back then, or a double twist, because you really had to do it all yourself. It was like back in the days, 1960s, the Rusty Mitchell and horsehair mats. I mean, it was something else. So, yeah.
I mean, how did you guys get the courage to throw the big dismounts or even release moves on high bar or any of those? I mean, not going into a pit to train, I can't imagine.
Yeah, well, thank you for saying that, Asad, because most people don't understand that. We had belts. We had an overhead belt system or people holding belts. So it was a different sport back then, really was, which was why these guys are so amazing today in comparison to us, to be honest with you.
I mean, yeah, you guys didn't have the. I mean, those little. I mean, even the springs on floor. I mean, that, even the way that the pommel horse is now, it a little bit of a bounce. The way that the high bar is now, it's a different type of material than it was when you guys were. So I mean, like those little additions give us a little bit of an advantage to make our gymnastics a little like more powerful and explosive than what you guys had. But you guys were still competing some incredibly hard skills that even to now, some of these guys with the springs that they have can't do. So that is like a testament to y'all.
Yeah, well, thanks. Parallel bars was dramatically different because of the spring and how they are today. So, you know, when we were throwing double backs off the parallel bars, then that was really trying to get up and get off the bars, whereas they were just, it was like 2 iron rods, to be honest with you. But all right, so we finally do have our scores in. Dan, please.
Yeah, so recap on Army, the floor exercise 53.1, first event score. Simpson on the pommel horse, 45.7. And Air Force on the still rings totaled up to a 47.4. So Army coming in with a couple point lead off the first event. That's a big lead off one event.
That's a huge lead off of one event.
And then we're going into the second rotation now, where Air Force is going to be on the floor. Army's on pommel horse, which is a strong event for us, and then still rings for Simpson.
That was a good first rotation. You saw everyone getting hype. You saw the team just getting excited for what's to come.
Okay, so I assume we're doing our 2-minute touch here for the second go around, and we should be ready to get moving there very shortly.
There's the graphic up on your screen now. You heard Arny talk about Air Force coming up to the floor exercise, Army pommel horse, and Simpson College on the still rings.
While we're waiting for these guys to give their 2-touch, honestly, I'm curious for both of you guys. Like, what was your favorite event? What did you guys miss? What do you guys miss competing?
Miss is a strange way of putting it.
That's killed the little.
I was a ring specialist, and I was a sometimer on vault, floor, parallel bars. But rings was definitely my forte.
That was your big. Have you kept up the muscle since then?
I have not kept up the ligaments, but the strength, yes. I could not jump up and do a Maltese right now, and if I tried to do a Maltese bounce cross, I think my arms would just pull out of socket.
You might tear a labrum. Arny, what about you? What's something that you miss from your time competing?
Well, Sean, again, a miss. I just got a shoulder replacement on election day after a hip replacement, so I can't say I really missed any of that. So, I miss having my original parts. How's that? That's what
I'll give you that.
Yeah. What was your forte?
I was
in rings.
Sorry, go ahead, Arny.
I'm sorry, I did parallel bars and rings, and I thought you asked me that. I stepped on you. I apologize for that. So
no. I wanted to hear more about. I wanted to hear about you guys. I'm the most recent one.
Go right. You're the stud here. You're the one who was on the Pakistan national team and everything else. Tell us what you did here. We were also runs.
No, I think my 2 events were more floor and vault. I definitely excelled at both of those. I was just, I'm short, stocky, so I was a little powerful. But I competed almost all around for a majority of the meets. I got fun. But I would say vault is definitely that was my number one. I miss it. I miss being up in the air. Okay, it does look like the meet has started again. So Air Force just went up on floor. This is Ty Gopal.
Nice double front.
From Buffalo Grove, Illinois. It's a lot of really good gymnasts that have come out of Illinois, to be honest.
That's it. I haven't thought about that, but you're right.
Especially Buffalo Grove in general. I mean, you got the Hom twins that are coaching over. I believe Paul Hom is actually the head coach of Buffalo Grove Gymnastics.
It's interesting too. You watch between the different manufacturers that produce this gymnastics equipment. It's slightly different. You watch Air Force on the floor right now. They probably have a different floor in their gym because he is checking every landing. He's taking a little bounce on every single one of his landings.
He's hopping a little bit. Well, these speed floors. So first of all, that was good. A full-in dismount from Ty Gopal. But with these speed floors, they're carbon fiber, and so they don't even have they have springs in them, but they have an additional spring in the carpet itself. So it makes it 5 times bouncier.
Yeah, it's great for getting up, isn't it? But it's tough coming down and sticking it because you get that reverb that he was talking about.
You bounce as soon as you hit the floor, you bounce right back up.
Up next, we'll have Ben Aguilar. He's one of our freshmen. We call him plebes at the academy on the pommel horse.
Give us a background of that name. Where'd plebes come from?
The only thing, Arny, I don't know if you know something different, but I think it goes back to the old derogatory, plebeian terms.
Oh, the Roman Empire, exactly.
I didn't know that.
Exactly right.
They're just the basic, haven't proven themselves yet kind of newbies.
Swinging nicely though. He's got beautiful lines.
Nice extension, great form.
Aguirre and Savato. Nice.
Ooh.
The Russian dismount. Now,
Yeah. Nice job.
that dismount got devalued this year, hasn't it?
I don't actually know if it got devalued. What I do know is that you don't have to show a 45-degree angle anymore. You can show a 30-degree angle and still get full credit when you hop off the pommel.
Okay.
I learned that today from Mike Burns.
Very nice.
That was a great routine. That was really clean.
Yeah, it was very.
Yeah, that's a brand new freshman coming in. In fact, our second on pommel horse will also be a freshman. Now, I always get nervous when you're commentating anything about pommel horse. You think you're going to jinx him if you say, "Oh, he's swinging really great, perfect form," But that was a good looking set.
No,
That's why we
how I
stay
always
quiet.
feel about rings. You're right. This is Noah Koos up on still rings for Simpson, starting off.
Nice mount.
So Noah is a sophomore from Forest Park, Virginia.
And Asad, we were talking earlier before the meet started. So Simpson College is brand new into the NCAA. I think this is their fourth season. And do you know, did they have any type of a men's club gymnastics program prior to this, or are these just brand new kids that took a chance on the program and compete in NCAA now?
Brand new, and they just took a chance on the program. So that's a testament to the coaching staff that you have that's recruiting these guys. And actually, I was incorrect. It's not this is their third year. Their first year competing was actually the 2022-23 season. And so, it's crazy to have a full roster when you're only 3 years in. Some of these guys, they don't have, I'm looking at their roster right now, they don't have a single senior because they haven't even gotten to a fourth year yet.
That's interesting.
Ben,
such a young team.
To our earlier point, Ben's nice score on pommels 12.8.
That's a good score.
And a 4.0 start value, too. So, to your earlier point, Asad, he didn't give much up.
Especially on pommel, you can't give anything in a meet like this. So that's Aiden Esval up on floor for Air Force right now. Doing
There's
a
your
Y
favorite
scale.
scale, Dan. That's your favorite scale.
There's that scale.
Did you guys do the Y scale or the single leg, like 180?
I did the wide, yeah. I did a scale like Aiden just performed.
See, that looks way better. I like that one.
Agreed.
Shows you have a little bit of flexibility as well. And I also did the fancy under the heel grab, so it looks a little more professional.
This is another one of our freshmen. Jake, again, he swings very nicely, too. Very nice lines.
So I'm looking at the background of Jake right now. So he actually came from the Evo Club, the one that's housing all the national team members right now. So coached by Sam McCulloch.
That's correct, yeah.
Come on.
Little struggle getting up on the dismount, but other than that, again, beautifully executed routine.
Yeah, it was beautiful to that point. That's going to be a substantial deduction, isn't it, Asad? The pause right there, isn't that like a 3/4 deduction? Yeah.
Anywhere between a 3 to 5, depending on the judge's discretion. Yeah, you got to have that fluid motion up on the dismount.
We were commentating a meet a few weeks back. Individual did almost that same thing on the pommel horse and didn't just pause, but broke upward motion, came down a little bit, and then pressed back up. And the judge disqualified that as completion of skill. So he had to remount, take the discount for the fall, and then re-execute the dismount.
I was gonna say, if you're coming back down, you get no credit for that skill. You just gotta hop off at that point and jump back on.
Yeah, that's cruel. He's a cool
So it looks
beast,
like we
that
got-
almost.
I do not miss Pommel Horse at all. But it looks like we got Connor Jenkins up on rings for Simpson right now. Connor is a junior from Nebraska. It's a great full-in dismount. You know, I'm noticing these guys they're not sticking their landings right now. They're giving up these little tents here and there.
I've noticed that as well. It doesn't appear that they're fighting too hard for that either. They're just taking the step.
No, I agree. That was a great first line from Jared Fry on floor from Air Force. Front full double
That
front.
was a full into a double front. That looked nice.
So that's one of the new additions I'm seeing on floor from men's NCAA is this addition of the back double pike. You don't really see like guys do back double pikes on floor. That was more of a women's NCAA skill, but now it's really translated. So it's cool to see these guys kind of pulling that in because it's been upgraded. It's no longer in the same box as double back. So now it's a D value skill.
And now we see a triple pike.
Oh, that's right. We saw Cameron Nelson do the back triple. That was a crazy routine.
Yeah, it was at the West Point Open actually. He opened with a triple pike, and then the second pass was a triple tuck. Hit them both. It was beautiful.
I mean, that's the hardest first two rounds.
I think he dismounted with either a full in or a double double. It was insane.
He dismounts double double. He is so stacked on every event he does. It's crazy. I mean, these NCAA guys are like changing the Olympic level of gymnastics, which is really cool to see.
This is one of our captains who's actually a sophomore. His name's Noah Duran, which they call him Dewey. He's actually one of the older guys on the team, too, because he spent a while at a team before they went out.
That's impressive to be a captain as a sophomore.
It is. It's the first time it's ever happened, actually.
So how come do you think they gave it to him? Is it just because of his like level of gymnastics, or?
All the above, actually. He's as you can see, he's a substantial. That was a beautiful team.
Wow,
great.
Yeah,
Very
nice. He's a leader naturally, and he's older. They used to call him Uncle Dewey because as a plebe, he was already like 21 years old because he had been to another program. I think it was Illinois, or one of the programs I saw that before they closed the doors, and then he was actually being recruited by West Point, went there, and then came back to West Point. So I got to hand it to him. Start all over again as a plebe, so as freshman, and he's well respected on the team, and he's a big hitter for him. And again, captain is a sophomore. Cool, as we say.
Cool.
Trying to find some stats on Noah. Can't find anything other than him just being 5'9".
Fight for that Maltese.
He turned that into something though, didn't he? Bounce cross.
Got to make do with what you have. Now this is Alex Campbell from Simpson College. Fighting for these handstands. Just like that, they're giving up those extra little steps.
A lot of it too. That's like what 4/10 right there or more.
I mean, if I were a judge, I would have taken a point on that. Low chest, 2 steps, and then he took another 2 steps on the way back. That was a massive start on floor from Eric Upton. Sorry, that was a lay double-double.
He just floated.
Very nice. I score for Dewey, 13.25.
A cheeky little front double full as a side pass.
He's got a stacked set here.
Let's see where he's at on the standings on floor in like the current NCAA space. Eric Upton, he's ranked 17th in the country at the moment on floor.
Two and a half delay.
And there's the scale.
I have an airplane.
Oh, fought that one nicely. Nicely, good stick.
I think he got this stick, yeah.
Toe's working.
That toe gripper right there to keep that from falling over.
So Noah's score up is it? And they posted it yet.
13-5.
Yeah, 13-5,
Okay,
yeah.
that's it,
Maddox has the most difficult routine on the team here. 5.1 starting difficulty. And you'll see, if he hits it, it's sweet.
Let's go Maddox then.
Maddox is a junior.
I love the one handle work when they do it well.
Yeah, the flops on one handle. He does. I think that's an E, isn't it? Because he does 4 of them on there.
Yeah. 2 circles and half Russian down with an E.
Nice.
Nice job.
Nice set, Maddox.
Yeah, that's going to work well.
That's going to be a big score. But looking back at that last floor routine we just saw from Eric Upton from Air Force, 14.05. That is a massive score on floor.
Yeah,
Right.
the first 2 passes were wonderful, and the stuck landing on the half in, half out.
Yeah, 5.0 difficulty. Nice job.
Yeah, well deserved. I think that'll be a good score for Maddox on Pommel Horse. That was a great routine. Okay, this is Brian Rawlinson from Simpson College. So back upright,
Nice
straight,
Maltese.
lower down to Maltese.
Another
That's
Maltese,
nice.
back up on Maltese.
That looked good. And that looked good too. As much as I hate that move, he made it look good.
Wow.
That's a better dismount. Nice
That was
job.
a little better, yeah.
That's a strong routine. Nice job.
Makes sense. He was the anchor. So it looks like Jake Smith from Simpson. I think he's competing. Yeah, he's competing on everything. So he's doing all around today. That's why we had him exhibition earlier from Simpson on
14-0 for Maddox. Big score there. Big score. I guess he took
Huge
something
score.
out. Yeah, it shows a 4.9 versus a 5.1. So I don't remember what he, I don't know the finer points there, Asad, but I know that it's usually a 5.1 starting value. But either way, that was a clean routine. 14-0 scores big there. Congratulations.
The only thing I can think of is
Maddox,
that first skill that he did. It looked like he kind of sat it down a little bit on the scissor. So I think the judge might not have given that to him.
Okay.
I was thinking that might have pulled that C from him. I couldn't tell if the video glitched or if he sat ever so slightly on that.
Either way, 14, big score for Army on Pommel Horse.
14's great.
I mean, it looks like the ending for Air Force Army right now, even though we have one guy left on Simpson, they're tied on this rotation too. 52.95, both of them.
Then we'll wait on this last routine, apparently. Brian Wilson. Okay, I see. So they were on a valve. Not here we go. I'm behind it. Sorry, guys.
No, you're okay. All right, so this is Jake Smith, the all-arounder.
This must be their all-arounder, right?
Yeah. He's in lineup on a couple events, but on what's it called, on pommel and rings, he's just exhibitioning as well. I guess, do his all around spot, but his score won't count for the team. See that dismount? He's just given up 5-6 tenths on that. He's not even trying to stick
it. It was high, too.
And he came straight down. That should have been an easy stick.
Yeah,
he could have. He didn't even try to plant his feet down. I need to have a word with their coach.
So doing one touch into the third rotation.
Yeah, so you're right. They scored the same on that event. So that still puts Army up 106.05 to 100.35 over Air Force. And
that's a huge lead for Army.
Yeah, I think that one ring routine was kind of disastrous for them in the first rotation, and they had, as you said, they had to count that 4 scores, and so right. 6 points is going to be hard to make up, but they can do it. You'll see at the back end, based on my experience at the All Academy Championship, they have a lot of talent on like vault and high bar, especially pike. They really have a lot of talent there.
Oh, I'm excited. So when the scores are up right now, I'm looking. So when you look at the Air Force side right now, you see Eric Upton did stick his dismounts, uses that little S. But do you know what that red N stands for underneath Jared Fry's score?
I'm hoping you know. I was going to ask you the same thing.
No,
I do not know. I'm curious as to what that means. I'll message our production team and see if they can give me some insight. So the All Academy competition happens in the middle of the season. I would think it would happen towards the end, but that's kind of cool that it happens like right in the middle.
Yeah, it kind of does, and the first competition is usually the West Point Open that we have, and then I think Navy has like an open meet. Red is a neutral deduction, it says. So you can explain that, please, Asad.
To be honest, neutral deduction, I need to brush up on my knowledge of. I'm going to assume...
Think back to the routine, and I'm trying to think back to the routine to figure out what it might have been.
Maybe him stepping out of bounds, neutral deduction? Because it was on floor.
That would make sense.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, back to the All Academy. Yeah, deduction is when somebody steps out of bounds. There you go. You guys, this is why you got to surround yourself with smart people and keep your mouth shut. This is it right here. We're getting ready to go into third rotation here. Simpson's on floor, Air Force pommels, and then Army's on steel rings. And they're just finishing up their one touch, and we'll get started here. But to your point...
you see... Continue.
Sorry, Asad, you asked about the All Academy, and I started that direction twice and meandered off, and I apologize. It's basically held in conjunction with a very large meet, and Dallas-Fort Worth has been a good location because it's the center of the country. The two Eastern teams can get there. The Western team, Air Force, can get there. And this year, it was at Horton's meet. The former Olympian, Jonathan Horton, had a nice meet down there in Altown
I think it's in Houston. No, you said in Texas.
No, it was in Fort Worth. It was beautiful.
Oh, Fort Worth, Texas. Okay.
And Fort Worth had its own stadium, and it was well attended and run extremely well, and it was a very nice event. In fact, I think all the coaches were so happy that they're going to go back there for the next at least year or two. And Jonathan Horton couldn't have been a nicer host, to be honest with you. He was wonderful. He and his staff, they just did a great meet all the way around. It was a very nice meet, I got to say. So, but yeah, that's when it's done. It's held in conjunction with that. So you would probably think it would be culminating in the season, but it just happens to coincide because, in fairness, the meet is basically hosting us. in that regard. So.
No, that makes sense. That is really cool that they do it in conjunction with the JO meets. That's given a lot of these guys like more expo. Like it's given a lot of the younger guys exposure to the academy, seeing that these guys have, actual NCAA teams that are competing. Like that. That's real. I wish I got a chance to see something like that when I was growing up in JO. So that's really cool.
You're exactly right.
Yeah, right.
Held in conjunction with a JO meet, level 10 and all that stuff. And it is a great recruiting tool for all three academies because in fairness, Asad, we're all looking for the same kid. I mean,
No, exactly. And now you get more exposure.
From anymore.
And you have some of the best guys coming out of Texas too. So that gives you guys so much more exposure.
Right. No, you're right. Most of our team is Texas or Florida, as you had
Texas and Florida,
before.
they're big right now.
Interesting.
All right, we're started on the third rotation. Starting off floor exercise. We got,
so if you notice that
Jake
first
Campbell.
line, sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off, Dan, but that first line, so he went like back whip to a 2.5. So actually that no longer gets connection bonus because the connection bonus has to be into a double flipping skill. So he just did that for the fun of it.
Probably likely trained it, and then they changed the code on him, and that's what he's used to.
No, that makes sense. Jack Campbell. He is a sophomore, Oklahoma.
There's that double pike again.
He at least had a better landing on that one. We'll give it to him.
I don't know what the hand gesture was after his dismount there. Was he not expecting to hit that routine or
To land that?
he says, "Hey guys, I made it." All right.
Starting up on pommel horse for Air Force, we got Ty Gopal. So Ty was also on floor, so it's cool to see a floor and pommel guy.
Fighting through that a little bit. You can see it.
Yeah, working through the flop there.
Oh,
I like that. Like that, yeah. And Tong Fei right out of it. So nice job.
Just a little bit pike with the hips, but he's making it work. Come on.
Goes on the dismount. There you go.
Yeah, that one, it's gonna.
Yeah, he made that routine work.
Now they'll give it to him.
Okay, it should be our first ringman up, right?
I think Gabe is starting us off on rings.
Yeah. Gabe's a senior.
Gabe's a senior, called firsties at the academy.
It's called firsties?
Firstie.
First class.
What does that mean? First classman. Okay.
So I can't remember what branch he picked. Cyber, that's right. He's a cyber guy.
He's going cyber, correct.
He's going cyber, and I think he's going to detail engineers or something there, Dan.
Yes,
So,
yes. I'd like to say I influenced him on that decision.
Of course.
Let's say Army engineers.
That was a really pretty starting with a back upright straight. He held that straight for 3 seconds.
Nice giant swings.
Front giant, back giant, front giant, and then first dismount. Oh, just a little check.
Yeah, nice job. That's a very clean routine. He always starts off nicely for us.
No, that was good. And that first routine always sets the tone, right? So that was a great first starting for Army on rings. Okay, looks like now we got Tristan Shorey up on floor for Simpson. Another whip 2.5. A full pirouette.
Making sure he stays in bounce. I think he was a little bit farther out than he thought he was there.
A little bit. There we go, fighting for those landings. I always think it's funny when you see like a really good floor guy do these huge skills. Nice stick. We'll give it to them.
Nice stick. We got a green flag on that one.
But no, I was saying I think it's always so funny when you see these guys on floor. They just have these incredibly large skills, and then they pop into that scale, and they're just flying all over the place. And can't wait.
Giving up 2/10 on a 1/10 skill. Yeah.
This is Christopher Nagora for Air Force on pommel horse. Nice flare work.
Nice flare work. Very nice flare work. Is that two-tone face? Nice.
No, he did a woo and then a tongue fei.
Okay. Very nice.
Whoa!
Let's go, Corbin! Yeah. Didn't quite get where he needed to be on that one, though, huh?
That was a really unique type of dismount because he went from two handles to the side instead of going from one. You saw that, right, Dan?
Yes, yeah, and I think he meant to do some pirouettes up there, but he had too much,
back and forth
velocity going, and he just cut it down. Right, back to the still ring should be Jaden Blank. He's a yearling. That's a second year, so sophomore. Back up Rasmus Maltese. Come up. Nice. Come up. Correction, this is Carter, not Jaden.
Carter back. He is a... What year is he? He's a junior right now.
Yeah, I'm with you. Must be some last-minute decisions because we got a slightly different list that the coach sent us yesterday. So maybe some injuries or something has changed the lineup a bit.
But again, with that beautiful flare out on that double layout, I love it. It shows that little bit of class.
Oh, we just saw that on floor as well.
Yeah, it was a nice double A start from Paul Tiedemann.
Come back with the double front tuck.
Barely got that stick on that layout. He hopped right out of that to make sure he didn't take a step.
Gabe's score was 12.35 on rings, as I see those.
Yeah, 12.35. Honestly, at this point, I don't even know if I'd make floor lineup if I had to do a scale, because I can't hold a scale to save my life. That was a good finish up from Paul Tiedemann. Looks like this is Eric Upton for Air Force on pommel. He was the one that did the massive floor routine, the big lay double-double. Cool to see a floor guy come to pommel.
He's fighting for sure.
Nice. He'll get a 1/10 on that stop of flow, but it's still great dismount.
Yeah, there was a couple times during that set where I thought he was going to come off, but he fought through it.
Through.
Yeah, to his credit. Absolutely. Jaden Blank is up for us on rings now, right? And
I mean, even right now, Army's got a pretty substantial lead. I mean, Simpson right now does have an extra routine as part of their score, but Army is up by 4 points from Air Force.
again, to let you know, we were after 3 events, we were winning the All Academy Championship. So it is 6 events and 24 routines, as you know. So
hopefully they can just keep that momentum going. Looks like it. They look like the most solid team out there at the moment. I'm looking at the team standings. I believe Army is... Yeah, Army right now, they're in the top 10.
there's a stick. There you go.
And the green flag went up.
Yeah, that's how you get those bonus points.
Back to the floor exercise with Jake Smith. That was a nice double front. There's no cowboy action or anything on that one.
No, that was good. Same with that full in. Small step. Now, Jake Smith is a sophomore from New Jersey. I'm looking at their recruiting class, and they got guys from pretty much all over the country. I mean, Illinois, Ohio, Oklahoma, New Hampshire, New York, Texas. Washington, they really spread all the way out.
Spread everywhere.
Nice combination. Nice combination.
You know, and that makes sense too, though. If you have the established schools, your top tier programs that are recruiting the best gymnasts, and everyone's just competing for so few spots that are out there right now. And it seems like Simpson comes up, that's a competitive team, new program. That's a great option for someone that did not make the cut for recruitment at one of the big schools.
No, that makes sense. And it's so nice to see these other schools pop up and give that opportunity, especially even with the 4-up count, such less opportunity for the guys to even compete. So having more spaces for these guys to join the NCAA, I love to see it.
Jaden Blank scores up with a 11-7. He did overdo his giant swing a little bit and had to check that handstand. So that was one big deduction there.
Like Matlock's got a nice pommel horse set going here.
Yeah, this is a pretty solid pommel horse routine. I'm also noticing that Patty Hoops is not in the Air Force lineup right now for pommel horse. I think he's taking a break after taking that. He just did the international assignment last week in Baku.
Oh wow! I was looking forward to seeing him, to be honest with you, because it's just amazing to watch.
It's actually interesting. The U.S. team went first and second at Baku, so they had one guy from Illinois, Brandon Dang, took number 1, and then number 2 was Patty Hoops. So it was the first time that a U.S. pair had gone back-to-back in almost 20, 30 years. So really cool stuff, especially from the NCAA guys.
Yeah. Okay, Connor Heary's up.
Another freshman, Connor Heary. That was the S. Executed very well. No dip below the L set there. You can swing into it.
Nice stiff.
Oh, there you go. There's your There's your pike down Milwaukee to straight arm.
Nicely done. He swings very nicely. There we go. Yeah,
Nice.
That's a nice way. That was a nice
Yeah,
routine.
Milwaukee into the double pike. Sick.
That was absolutely beautiful. From the handstands to that dismount, that was crazy.
Yeah.
Again,
that
not,
combination-
you know,
Go ahead, sorry.
lower difficulty starting value, right? 3-5, but it is not much you could take away on that routine.
I didn't count very much deduction at all.
I think that dismount has a name, doesn't it? Asad Babinoff or something?
I believe so.
Yeah, Milwaukee too. Yeah, it's a very nice combination. Very neat.
I want to see an NCAA guy do a gazdogi on rings, so that double back where you hold on to the rings, except it'll just tear a labrum, but it looks cool.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah,
and it's painful.
Yeah, you touched that at the wrong time. That's
Yeah.
that could be detrimental. It's slack in the ring.
What's a nice score on pommels for Jack Matlock, 14-0.
That's a huge score on pommel for Air Force.
Yeah. And Connor just came through with 13-0. So that's what I said. This is how they start eating away the lead, as you see. They're
Well, it does look like so.
back.
Maddox earlier from Army, he hit also a 14. So it looks like the top two scores on Palm Horse are going to be tied. That 14-0 from both Jack Matlock and then Maddox Pavlin. I think this is an exhibition routine from Jared Fry. Yeah, because it looks like he's up on every event. So this is all around.
As far as all
The
around.
video hung up on me. What did he fall off on? Does anybody?
I think I missed it. Probably the rough.
Yeah, it's a nice routine. It's a shame
Decent finish.
he had that. Yeah, it was very nice before and after, for sure. In case we need help here, I got the one of our international judges, Class 82, and team captain and Eastern champion, CJ Adams, who's on the who's listening to us on Virtius there. So said if you need any judging help, just send him a text. So
No, we can
Thanks for
definitely use
watching,
that.
TJ.
yeah.
So after that rotation, looks like Army's still in the lead by just 3.3 points and 0.6. 154.85. Simpson College with a 145.15, and Air Force with a 151.2.
See if those 3
There.
points carry through to the second half of the meet.
I mean, they're closing that gap just a little bit, but Army does seem to be holding a little stronghold right now. I mean, they seem like a very consistent team today from everything that I've been watching today.
It's been very consistent this entire season, the Army team. One thing I will say is the second half of the Olympic rotation is tends to be where their difficulty is not on par with some of the other teams that we compete against.
You're saying it's on par or it's not on par?
It's a little bit below, par for other teams, yeah.
Yeah, we'll see what their vault lineup looks like. I think so Army starting up on vault first. You got Cash Johnston, and then parallel bars, Simpson College, and high bar. You got Air Force. There's another new name for Army starting on vault. We have he's anchoring the event, Nick Lester.
Yeah, and Nick is
he looks like he's a sophomore from Phoenix, Arizona.
he's
sophomore, correct.
I'll have a very similar vault. You'll see they all got that cause, the twist there. So
that's the cool thing. Like from the NCAA right now, you're seeing a lot of guys do. You're not really seeing too many hand double fronts anymore. You're seeing a lot of hand twisting. So these guys are coming in handspring Rudy, handspring Randy. You're even seeing Yuchenko half on, double off. So these guys are transitioning a little bit away from that traditional hamstring double front, which I think is really interesting.
Well, I love that handspring double front. I got to be honest with you. I think it's like the coolest vault around. It's hard to do.
Especially when they stick it, it looks beautiful.
Yeah.
Again, that's a blind landing, hard to stick.
When they do, just like that last guy from Army on rings, beautiful stick.
Yeah, I believe that was Connor
Harry.
That Yamawaki right into the front double pike. And he's pretty consistent with his form and the stick on that dismount, so it's always fun to watch.
So our lineup is Cash, Maddox, Jaden, and Nick Lester. You mentioned that already. He was going. So good ball team. It's just how it is with vault, Asad. You just gotta make the landings. That makes all the difference in the world, right? It's the difference between a 56, 57 scoring event and a 53 scoring event. So. Makes all the difference.
And this year they downgraded or not downgraded, but they've lowered the start value on every single vault once again during this quad. So the last 3 quads so the first one it was down 0.2, and then 2 quads ago they went down another 4, and this past quad they just went down another 0.4. So now so the handspring double front or a back 2.5, hand Randy or hand front double full, those were all valued at about a 5.2, and now they're all valued at a 4.8. So we're seeing a little bit lower scores on vault right now, but I guess that's to balance out the rest of the scores in general.
Right.
Yeah. Personally, not the biggest fan of that adjustment, but I can take that up with FIG on another day.
Yeah, but I weigh in with you also, to be honest with you. I think as from an NCAA standpoint, vault is also what used to be a huge event, right? Because if you hit it, you get the scores could be.
You can win the meet.
Yeah, right.
If a team was lacking and you hit vault, you could literally beat any team no matter what. So you're right. I think you're right. It does make a big difference.
Yeah, there was a big disparity sometimes. You're like, oh, vault's coming up. These are going to be high scores. So now to level that playing field a little bit makes a bit of sense. But the other thing it does also, it encourages these athletes to advance and try some different skills.
No, true. The crazy thing is that you have some of these NCAA guys. You have one from Illinois right now who's doing, one of the best soup triple fulls in the world. You have Asher Hong last weekend who did the Risei Guang, the hardest vault in the world in an NCAA competition. And so it's a testament to the ability of these NCAA athletes on the Olympic caliber. I think my 2 favorite events to watch are it's usually high bar and vault. I'll throw P-bars in there as well because I think sometimes P-bars can look really cool, especially now that they've changed the code. And you don't have guys doing 5 underbar skills in a row. They have to be a little bit, not every routine looks the same. I think in the last quad, almost every single P-bar routine looked identical.
Right.
First it was a Bobsar, and then came back to a Tapelt, Healy, Stutz, Diam, and then, double front half dismount. Now everything has changed up a little bit.
I
Yeah,
used to love the. I'm sorry.
Go ahead,
Go
Arnie.
ahead. I was saying I love the days when they were doing a lot of in-bar skills like the double backs to underarms, and that was that quad really had some unique power bars to it. And then, like
No,
you
those are
said,
some beautiful skills.
I know. Go ahead, Dan. I'm sorry.
You see everyone walking around with their arm pads on or big
Right,
bruises
yeah.
and calluses under their biceps. Yeah,
If you're
I do
noticing now,
enjoy that.
none of the guys have them on. None of them are wearing arm pads anymore because none of them go to their arms anymore. And I'm not a big fan. I miss it.
Yeah, it did look good when they executed that well.
But you're right, though. I mean, the double back to underarm, the double front to underarm. I mean, even the front 1.25. Ooh.
That was a good job by Cash starting off there. A little low, but he really stuck it there. So
That was a nice, clean cause. It's a good way to start off the rotation. Then on parallel bars, we got starting off Alex Campbell. He also was on their ring lineup.
Dan, I love the giant work too.
Giant.
Got to be wary of those hand placements. Judges are taking every single tenth.
You're right. He's losing a lot of tenths just by walking his hands.
Trying to line it up right, yeah. Back, big hop on the landing.
He put it to his feet. Team seems happy.
Yeah, I suppose a hop is better than a sit, right?
True. He's a freshman making lineups, so.
Yeah.
Now this is
to our earlier
Paul.
Stacked over the bar.
Yamawaki Ginger combo. Yeah. That's fun.
Start.
I always enjoy watching the high bar release combos. It's a good show.
Yeah, they always look good. I just don't know how anyone can do a one-arm giant after doing 2 releases. I would slip off so fast.
Hey.
Triple.
Whoa.
Triple.
Yeah.
Hold that quick.
Good.
Nice. Cranked it up for that, too. Yeah.
Yeah, talk about the one-arm. I used to compete with a guy, went to Penn State. He would always do, even back in high school, he was doing a one-arm into a ganger, and then he would do another one-arm giant afterwards. I
mean, some of those old routines, you watch them do, one arm into a ginger. That's crazy work for me. You'd never see anyone do that nowadays. But it looks so cool when you see it done well.
Back to vault here.
Maddox on vault.
Maddox.
I think he's competing at Cos full.
My Maddox. Just like Palmer's. Little hop. Yeah.
Little hop, but again, that could have been a lot worse on the landing. You can see that every team is definitely.
Maddox actually comes from a martial arts family. Both his mother Gigi and his father Phil, who's a United captain, are like black belts in BJJ. So he has another skill set he doesn't often talk about.
That's pretty cool.
That was a good giant. Good hand.
From Brian Rollinson.
Wow. Put that around.
He fought for that landing. I'll give it to him.
Yeah. He fought for the rotation, too, looks like. So he did a good job getting that.
Okay, back to Eric Upton on high bar for Air Force, starting off with a nice clean Yamawaki. Big layout to Kachev.
Battle. I stall her.
Definitely a little short on that half
I was
top.
going to say on the talk, a little short, right?
Yeah, I definitely got a 5/10 on that one. Whoa!
Wow.
He barely pulled that other twist around.
I did not see that coming through.
No, I did not. But he got to his feet. This is Jaden Blank from Army on vault.
You see the same vault that Kaz with a full. Looking for a stick.
Jaden Blank. He was also on the their floor lineup, so he's the floor and vault guy. Wow, that was clean.
Yeah, they're not. They don't do. Again, they don't do the biggest vaults out there, but what they do is done well.
Nah, they're clean. And that's what they need to do today. Tristan Shorey on P-bars for Simpson. Overshot that stretch just a little bit.
Yeah, I'm ready to giant.
So if you'll notice, anytime they swing up the handstand now, you have to go in that same direction. You can't turn back or else you get a deduction. So that's why you do that pirouette into that dismount.
Oh, whoa, tongue off. His grip ripped.
Before he even started the routine. Honestly, probably best case scenario.
That's if it's going to happen, that's probably a good spot for it to happen.
Yeah, rather than you doing it in the middle of the routine and having to get back up and do a release move. Yeah, no, I'm going to say no to that.
The 13-7 for Jaden on floor or on vault. So that's
a good score on vault for a back double full.
It's a good score. Yeah.
So it looked like he's going to attempt to go back up, or is he going to scratch that? Now, what is the rule when do you still only get your 30 seconds, or there we go. There we go.
That was a stick. Nice stick, Nick.
Yeah.
Nice stick.
That was a great ball from Nick. To go back to the rule. So if you fall off, because your grip broke, they will not take a deduction. You just get to restart your whole routine. So basically, you just get to restart. But then, if you say, for instance, you did that right before your dismount, I mean, you just got to get up and do another routine, and you could be completely winded. So it's a hit or miss.
Oh, okay, I see. But they don't hold you to the 30-second remount time.
No, I don't believe so, because you have to be able to put your grip back on and everything. Yeah, I mean, I think they give you maybe like 2-3 minutes. Yeah, due to equipment like that, they give you a few minutes.
There you go. That's a pretty skill.
I like that giant Dion.
This guy can swing some peas. I like it.
Back toss.
You don't see back tosses anymore. Old
Yeah, I know,
school
that's what
skill. I like
actually
it.
did one in college myself, and you just don't see it much anymore.
No, I love that skill. I think it looks so cool.
I never did the back toss. I did a lot of the front toss or the front 1 1/4 straddle cut through.
Did you catch an underarm or did you catch like hanging?
On the front toss?
Yeah.
The front toss I would catch and suspended with the hand.
Okay, nice.
The same swing back to a straight arm hand. Or I'd do the front uprights front toss with the straddle cut through to underarm.
The 1 1/4? I like that.
Yeah.
I used to do the only unique skill I really did on T-bars was the reverse stuts, the back stuts.
Oh, yes.
You don't really see too many people do that anymore either.
You don't.
I did that too, actually, way back when, exactly, yeah.
It's a fun one. I don't know why people don't bring it back. That was a nice Zuli Men by Charlie Miles.
The score by Nick on vault, too, 14-2, huge.
Here we go.
I love that skill.
No way.
Nice.
What's
That was
called,
great.
Assad?
I would call it a Gaylord piked, but I know it has an actual name for it. Because the double pike half out is a pagan, but I don't know what the double pike itself. Oh, and he does a Kovacs in there.
And a Kovacs, yeah. A little late on the catch, but he
does a
pulled through.
triple. He does a triple, so we'll see if he throws it, but he does a triple.
Hey,
He does a triple as a dismount?
Right.
Yeah, he's gearing up
Here
for
we
you,
go.
right?
Short on that one. At the All Academy, he landed it nicely.
I like the inside shoulder, too. He had a good-looking routine.
That was a really unique routine. I like that.
Yeah, the Pike Gaylord, Kovacs, the inside shoulder was good.
I think they've upgraded the stall there with your legs together. Or
the inside.
Yes.
That was a good event for Army, scoring 53-9 on the event. That's their highest event so far. So it's a good event.
So all that talk about balancing out the scores between vault and the other 5 events, we threw that to waste today. So that's good. We'll take it.
He was just saying they contrived it in the quadrennial by lowering start values, right, Assad?
But no, but you're totally right, because it's not like Army put up like the biggest vaults today, but they had a score that is still their highest, and they had a great rotation. So that you're right, that maybe that lowering of the score does make sense. This is Jake Smith, their all-arounder. Come on, fight for those handstands, Jake.
Light check on that handstand. Yep.
Yeah, I don't think you got credit for that Stutz. So same right here, since you had the front uprise, that's why you had to do that pirouette. You finished.
Tells you how much work goes into this whole game, huh, guys?
No, right? So I think this is Jared Fry, the one that broke his grip. So he took a little bit of time. Now he's coming back. So back to you, Dan. I think there is no time limit. I think they just let the next guy go while that one kind of fixes up their grip, so they and then they get back up. Yeah. Because I was thinking that Charlie Miles might have been the one that had his grip, but there's no way.
Like the hop.
That's a good pull over.
He had nice lines. He swings very nicely.
I'm watching his hands right now, and because I know what my head would be thinking. come out with a brand new set of grips that I may or may not be totally comfortable with. And you could see, at least it looked like it from my vantage point, that he was almost checking his hands every time over the bar.
I mean, it probably wasn't even his spare grip. It was probably one of his teammates that he grabbed on.
Could have been, yeah. I mean, I would always carry 2-3 pairs of ring grips, but there was one that was like, oh, these are my grips. And if
the one you're most comfortable with.
Yeah, because they all wear a little bit different, right?
Yeah. I mean, even the way that your hands, like the way that your hands wear, are not the same way that your teammates are. So it's weird to put those on. No, we were looking at that last guy, Charlie Miles, doing Jared Fry doing that quast. It reminded me, one of my JO teammates. I remember one day I was probably freshman, sophomore in high school, and one of my teammates comes in and he's like, I'm gonna try that, but in a front giant. And he hops up on high bar and he just does a front quast out of a front giant. I've never seen that. Still not in the code, but I thought it was one of the coolest skills I had ever seen.
I didn't even know that was a thing.
Well, no one's ever done it. I think the only time I've ever seen it is when that kid hopped up on high bar and just hopped the full turn in the front giant.
Yeah, that was executed well at that last competitor there. A lot of times you see that and they're swinging crooked through the bottom and trying to straighten it out with their shoulders as they're coming over the top. So that looked well.
No, it did. One of the unique things that you'll see, so one of the top competitors we have right now, Fred Richards from Michigan, he does that in his routine, but he does a quast and catches it in one arm and does a one-arm giant out of it, which I think is even more unique. Yeah, wow. It looks pretty
impressive.
Cool.
Just waiting on the last two Air Force scores after that, the equipment failure. Still on eval.
I'm surprised we're waiting on 2 scores.
Did you see the stick bonus for Nick Lester, the last vaulter from Army?
Only one stick in an entire rotation, and these guys got to pick it up. That's where the tenths really count.
For that.
Okay, here come those scores. Guess it's possible they had a challenge on one of the scores, perhaps on high bar. Okay, now they're all in 212.6s. So it looks like event totals 53.9 for Army on the vault, 47.4 on parallel bars with Simpson College, and Air Force on the horizontal bar, 51.35. So Army gained another 1.5 back there. So that should put them roughly 5 points ahead right now going into the 5th rotation.
Oh man, that's a pretty big lead that Army has at the moment.
6 points now. 6 points up. So we have Army at a 208.75, Air Force at a 202.55. So there's a good 6 point lead with Army going into the 5th rotation. And Springfield College at 192.85.
So with a new program like that, they're still holding their weight.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, all right. So we're coming up on the last 2 rotations, 5 and 6. So for Army, they're going to follow Olympic order, going to parallel bars. Air Force is going to vault, and Simpson horizontal bar. Now pay attention to Air Force on vault, because again at the All Academy they had some pretty big vaults that really scored high for them.
And this will be a fun rotation. So first up, Jared Fry. Watch.
Hands down.
Each ankle full. Oh, it looks like he hurt his ankle just a little bit. You can tell by the way he's walking.
Yeah, left ankle. Tender. Got Noah Duran up He's a sophomore for Army.
Noah also competed on pommel horse for you guys as well. Good score there.
And there's that pirouette you said. They can't do the same direction.
Continuing motion, yeah. It's a nice dismount and good double front.
Yeah.
We'll see what Simpson can do on high bar today. Brian Rollison. Big layup to Kachev.
Yeah, that was big.
Straddle.
Straddle.
Clean dismount. Legs together all the way through.
Come back to Air Force on the vault. Switch cameras, baby.
Jack.
There we go.
Oh man, we couldn't even see it. Miles.
Miles, what are you doing, buddy?
And that was it looked like such a good bolt too from Jack Fulton. I think it looked like a back double. I will say I'm a little bit happier with these Air Force uniforms than the ones that they had last year, or a couple years ago. I don't know if you guys remember, but they had like the Captain America one.
Oh, yes, I do recall that.
Yeah, I did not like those. Sorry for anyone listening.
Yeah, well, that was based on the old World War II insignia thing, though. So it was kind of throwbacks. Got Cash Johnson up now, right? One of our briefs. Nice score for Dewey.
Yeah, Cash is very good form, clean, strong kid.
Oh, yeah. Pulled that one out. Nice lines.
It's really good form.
Yeah. Very clean.
He's squeezing everything. This looks good.
Here we go.
Good. There you go.
Salute off the landing.
It's a DNA thing in that family, that whole excitement thing. His mother, Danica, is just like that, I'm telling you. So...
No, I love that. You know, I did notice, so Army right now, they're wearing...
She's in the front row up there.
Is she up there cheering?
She's in the front row in the white.
Yep.
You can see her. That she's like very, very enthusiastic.
No, we love that.
She'll jump up and scream. Yeah, very entertaining. Very much into this program with Cash, so great to see.
Yeah, it's great when you have parents like that are cheering everyone on. Quick note, though, on Brennan Voss for that high bar routine. That starting release move, the lay Jaeger, that was pretty cool. You don't see those, ever.
All right, looks like we cleared the Air Force squad from in front of the camera angle here, so catch those balls.
Good. So next we got up. So it looks. This is Jared Fry. So right now, Jared's high on vault is a 13.75, averaging a 13.55. Could put Air Force in a pretty decent position, so we'll see what he does today. It's probably going to be a double full.
He called it.
Yeah, nice and clean.
Vault. Step on the landing, but other than that, great vault. Jake Brenner on the parallel bars for Army.
He's a sophomore.
Nice thing on and off. Very nice.
That's the pelt.
Nice job. Yeah, you got to keep that moving. He did. Gave up some tense there. Nice job, though. Nice job.
I believe this is Jake Smith up for Simpson on high bar. Nice 13.85 for Jared Fry on vault. That's a season high. Might be his PR.
It's a nice score.
Whoa.
There's your ball again. Yeah, there's just
so much power going into those two catches.
They're high.
Ranking that tap.
We got coming up. Double. Oh,
wow.
Nice job.
That was a great routine. I have to give him that. That was a really good routine.
Their release moves are insanely powerful.
They really are.
You see some guys just kind of dump those Takachevs over the bar.
He flew.
Yeah, he's up there.
I think he's going to PR on that one too, because his high right now of the season is a 12.7. So, oh no, I apologize. We're looking at Jake Smith. So, sorry, I was looking at Jared Fry.
Ooh,
no.
That was nice.
2.5.
That was nice. Yeah.
Yeah, he knows it. That was a good vault.
Yeah, like I said, they got a good vault. Looks like they're duplicating their effort here. Nice job.
Eric Upton on vault, the one that just went. So his high right now is a 14.4. So depending on whatever his score is, he's likely going to end up PRing as well. We're seeing a few of those this year, or this meet.
There goes Connor.
There we go.
Yeah, Connor's a freshman, very good on his form, very conscious of his form. Not always the highest difficulty, but man, what he does, he makes it look good.
Well, that was nice.
And again, the
That double
coaching
front had
staff,
a lot of height.
that's one of the things that JD and the coaching staff has really concentrated on, as we said from the very beginning, cleanliness. Everything's nice and clean and consistent, and then they add in as the season goes along or the capability goes along. So they're very consistent in that regard.
You mentioned JD as the head coach. Is that the former Iowa head coach?
That's correct, JD Reeve. Yes.
Oh wow, I didn't realize he was coaching Army now.
Yeah, no, it's the second year. Our longtime coach and Doug Van Everen, who was there for 32 years, I think it was. Ian, was that it? 32 years?
Sounds right.
And a tremendous job. And turned it over and retired. And JD came in and picked up where he left off. Nicely so.
That's awesome.
Yeah, Simpson has they got a great high bar team.
And that was pretty powerful.
Certainly seems to be one of their stronger events, doesn't it?
And they had some good scores, all in the mid-12s.
That finishes up rotation 5.
I see.
For all the scores to come in here.
Air Force had a very nice vault, 13-6, 13-8, 5, and 14-0 the last 3. So kudos to them.
For picking it back up after that first one. That's always hard to do.
Yeah.
And you can see where that 4-up 4 count really is a hit or a huge success in these style meets, because when you get an 11-7 because you put your hands down, that score's counting for you.
No, it is, and it could honestly win or lose a meet.
Yeah, and they picked up 1.4 on Army in that event, so it's 260.45. The Air Force is 255.6, and Simpson scores it now 242.25. So into our last rotation, gentlemen. Simpson on vault, Air Force on parallel bars, and Army on horizontal bar. By the way, our other team captain, Asad and stud, if you will, Jojo Bushamar, it didn't, for whatever reason, didn't compete today. I think he's got some injury issues or whatever that the coach has given him a break on. I was hoping he would, because he does a triple off both rings and high bar. So
I would have loved to see that.
Yeah, I was kind of hoping we'd get to see him, but I guess at the last minute, decisions were made by the coaching staff. But he's quite a gymnast.
That's one of my favorite skills on rings to be competed is the triple back. When that's done well, it looks incredible.
Exactly.
If you can do it without cowboying, and yeah, it's great.
I don't know if you guys saw a couple years ago, probably like 4 or 5 years ago, you had Dono Wittenberg at one of his international assignments. He did the Wittenberg, the triple pike. I don't think anyone's done it since.
Yeah,
I can see why. You got to get the first 1.5 done above the rings when you think about it.
Oh, you have to be able to do that. Yeah,
that's rotating pretty slow.
Yeah.
I mean, same with high bar. You got to do at least 2 of the flips before you break even with the bar, because that last flip, you go straight to the ground.
But Donnell is he's about 99.9% muscle, so
very
launches himself up there.
I mean, after a routine like his too, I don't even know how you have the strength or the grip to be able to do a triple flipping skill after that.
The last 2-minute touch, you're seeing all the gymnasts get warmed up for the final event.
Army has really put on a show today. I mean, they've led every single rotation.
I don't think they haven't had any major falls today, have they?
No, they haven't. None that I've seen.
Silence yourself. We're going to high bar. How dare you?
Knock on wood. They'll be good.
Time up first for Simpson, Tristan Shore.
Four more.
That's right. 12 more competitors, gentlemen.
I think we just heard the announcer say Tristan Shore up for Simpson on vault.
Okay.
It's a good double
On the
full.
landing.
Got it right to his feet. A little bit chest down, but I think that'll be a decent score.
Yeah, I think just to reiterate, it's so impressive to me that this is a brand new program, and these guys
Right.
they're throwing all the same skills. They're keeping up pace with these long-standing programs. I mean, that's a huge testament to their coaching staff, their athletic director, all of that.
It's amazing to see, and it's I mean the fact that they don't even have a single senior on their team, like that's crazy. They're so young and they're competing against like veteran teams.
Nice mount for Ty on P-bars. Trouble with the jump out there.
Ty seems like one of the best guys on the Air Force team at the moment. This is his fourth event he's competed today.
I love that move.
Nice Suarez.
Yeah, that's a good-looking skill.
So one thing I was going to mention earlier, the Army team sucks. So if you look right now, the Air Force, they've got blue pants, blue socks. But Army, they have black pants, white socks. And I wonder why they're not wearing black socks. Because then they can forego those little deductions on their toes.
A good question.
Yeah, that's a good question.
I'll take it up with the head coach.
I mean, you might as
Or
well. I
his
mean,
wife.
you can get a couple. You can get a couple look there because like, you can see when their toes have the little difference. But if they wore black socks, no one can tell.
Yeah, good point. Good point.
Or maybe the coach is so confident that they're going to stay in form that he's proving that.
Yeah, there you go.
Maybe.
Maybe.
Asked to start us off again.
Nice cross. That was a pike or a layout? I think that was pike.
That was a pike to catch it.
Like, yeah, straddle. Thomas holding her breath.
Not good.
Stick. There we go. There he is.
Nice catch. Very nice.
Nice
That
job.
was a routine. That was good.
Yeah, she was there every bit of the way. Nice job. To both he and his mom.
That's one of the best feelings ever when you come off high bar and you stick a dismount from that height. God, especially in a competition like this, he's probably riding a huge high right now.
And his efforts are done for now. His meet's over, so that's great. Great way to end.
It's a wonderful way to end.
I was never that great on high bar. I was never great on high bar.
Don't worry.
So, and anytime I was in a true Olympic rotation, and man, closing the meet out on high bar for me was like, let's just try to get through this.
Nice for Jake Smith. No, I completely agree. Finishing out on high bar with that landing kills your ankles, kills your Achilles. So great for these guys.
I remember I grew up in upstate New York, and you'd go train in the wintertime, these giant warehouse buildings. And it'd be
freezing.
Quite a bit cold in there on a Saturday morning or something. And, your first landing, it felt like your feet were exploding when you landed.
We're going. Oh, no, don't bring me back those memories. I've let that go.
Nice move.
And this is Palmer Wright for Air Force. And this is his first event of the meet. So waiting all 6 rotations to show out on P-bars. See what he's got.
Nice Healy. The score for Cash on high bar, 13-2 for that routine.
No, that's a good one on high bar. So it looks like Palmer, he is a 5'10 junior from Oklahoma. Nice stick.
Should have got the stick there. Very nice. This should be Max Rubin.
Is this his first meet of the first event of the meet?
I think he was on floor exercise, wasn't he?
We might have seen him earlier.
He was on floor.
Okay.
Nice Stalder.
Getting ready for a big Tkachev.
Stalder's nice.
Big step.
A big step. Nice job, though. Nice job.
He turned to the wrong side to salute.
Experience, huh? Experience.
When you finish up that routine, your mind is running.
Like I see stars if I do a backflip nowadays.
True.
It's funny how quickly that comfortability and awareness goes.
Oh, you don't do it for like a month, you start seeing stars. Okay, it looks like this is Brian Ralston.
I don't know if he was going to land that. He tossed that.
All right, so what's the deduction, Asad, for going out of the boundaries there with your whole body? Is that a point?
Yeah, so one leg out of that main boundary, 1/10, both legs out 3/10, all the way out like he did off the side of the mat. That's 5, up to a point depending on the judge's discretion. Okay. Because it looked like he didn't have control of that.
This is Eric Upton. Pretty clean set so far.
Short on the peach hand, but he swings nicely.
That was a really pretty stutz. That went right to handstand.
Yeah. Tell he's strong.
Yeah, he looks like a big gymnast.
Yeah, he's a tall guy.
Oh, there we are.
High five. Love it.
That half came at a strange time for me.
So you don't really see too many double front halves anymore. I mean, you were seeing them all across the board last quad, but now because they've downgraded it, now the double front and half out are worth the same. No one's really doing them anymore.
So my judge, CJ Adams, tells me that out of bounds was 0.3, not 0.5. He said both beat out of bounds 0.3. So.
Yeah, I'm always iffy on the ball code.
There's our freshman Jake again. Nice job. Chiff. Good staller and team, I gotta say. They all do very nice stallers.
Nice.
Yeah, I think he needed a little hop there. I think he controlled that the best he could on that landing.
Yeah. He's just a little late coming out that had made him hop. It was a nice routine.
So up next for Simpson. Yeah, we got Braxton Jones. Nice.
Nice.
Big 2.5.
Nice. 2.5.
Yeah,
That was good.
gutsy. That's gutsy right there. Yeah.
Makes sense why he's the anchor. That'll be a big score.
13.35 for Eric Upton.
I feel like he deserved a little bit of a higher score than that. It was a very clean routine. I think he just got a little bit off on that dismount because he came in with chest low and took a step.
Well, the thing about that half out, it didn't look like a half out. It was like somewhere in the middle.
Yeah,
It's that
like Japanese style. Yeah, it's that Japanese style where they just like tilt, they drop a shoulder, and they end up doing that half.
There we go.
Nice. That was a nice routine all the way around. Nice and clean.
Yeah, that was Charlie Miles. We saw the back of him when we were trying to watch Air Force on the vault.
True.
Should be Jaden Blank, our top competitor, on the horizontal bar tonight.
Nice in bar. Nice stall there, right to handstand. Army isn't leaving anything to chance right now.
That's going to be clean. Go home with a star. There we go.
Nice.
Small. Nice job there.
Yeah, that was good.
It was a 24 for 24 night for us for the most part, Dan, you know?
Yeah, I think so. I don't recall any major breaks.
Yeah, no, they got to be happy about that. They did it when they needed to, no doubt about it. As you guys know, this is kind of the doldrums of the year too. I mean, your body starts hurting at this time of the year. You know, you're trying to make it to the championships, and you know, there's a lot of character to the team and the coaching staff.
I mean, at this back end of season, they're pretty much going to a meet every single weekend. So, I mean, it does get tiring on your body.
Yeah.
Oh. Come on. Jared Fry, they're all around her.
Yeah, he's strong. He's strong on this event, too.
He's very, very consistent on his all-around.
Oh,
wow. That was a great dismount.
Yeah. I noticed Miles' score flashed up there at 13.35. So their last two scores, 13.35, which I thought Eric Upton and Charlie Miles could have maybe gone a little bit higher than that. So I'm wondering what happened there.
No, I do agree.
So now looks like the final scores are in. And again, Air Force made up 2 points on that event, but it's going to be a little too late. So looks like the final score is 311.25 for Army, 307.85 for Air Force, and a good showing, as we said, was by Simpson, 295.4. So very good meet for Army, wouldn't you say, Dan?
I would. I mean, we just said 24 of 24. You can't ask for much more than that. Couple form breaks. Could have stuck a few more of those landings, but other than that, yeah, they should be happy with themselves today.
Yeah, kudos to the team and kudos to the coaching staff. And it was a great meet. I know it was a long travel for Air Force. I appreciate their effort. They look great, did a great job. But more importantly for us, we get to wear that silver star on our letter jacket. So let's just talk about what really matters here. Yeah, it was a very good meet for us.
I think all three teams had I mean, this was a really fun meet to watch. All three teams did very well today.
Well done,
yeah,
well
they
run.
really did.
Very nice pace. I thought it was perfectly done. Kudos to the West Point staff as a whole. Nice job. So, all right. We're going through the individual events here. Go ahead, Asad. I'll let you cap on that.
Eric Upton from Air Force took the title, 14.05 with a 5.0 difficulty and a stick. Max Rubin from Army with a 13.7, also with the stick. And Jake Smith from Simpson. That's kind of nice to be able to see all three of them take a gold, silver, bronze on floor. And they all stuck their dismount, so well-deserved from all three of those teams.
Yeah, roger that. There were 4 sticks on that. Yeah, there you go. Pommel.
Yeah, pommel horse, Maddox, then Army, taking the title there, difficulty of 4.9. So kind of tied for, I guess, first place with a 14 with Jack Matlock from Air Force. And how did they break that tie? Is that a?
They don't break it. They just both share it now.
They both share the first place. Oh, that makes sense. 12-6.
Yeah.
And then Noah Duran coming in the bronze, 13.25 from Army.
And we had 4 of the 5 top slots in pommel horse.
I'm about to say.
Strong event for us. Strong event.
Very strong event for you guys.
I got to say, there were years in the past we'd hold our breath for pommel horse, but now it's a strong event for us, thanks to that crew we got there.
That's a great showing.
Okay, if we can move along to steel rings. Thank you.
Looks like Connor Heary from Army, first place with a 13.0, also with the stick. Eric Upton from Air Force, 12.95, barely taking that second place with, less than half a tenth of it from the deduction. And Brian Ralston from Simpson, again, with a 1, 2, 3 from Army, Air Force, and Simpson. You do love to see it whenever you have all 3 teams on the podium. He ended
really
up
cool
with a 12.6. Yeah, that is really cool. I know Eric over here from Air Force is half a tenth. He's ready to pick that back up to take that goal for the next one.
I think Connor's our guy that does that double pike at the end. So that was really good. I'm glad that paid off.
Oh, okay. That was a beautiful ending as well. I do remember watching that routine. Okay, so on vault, you got Nick Lester from Army taking the title with a 14.2. Stuck it. Eric Upton from Air Force, 14.0 with the stick. And Jared Fry from Air Force, 13.85. Oh, also with Braxton Jones tying for third place from Simpson with a 13.85. Again, a 1, 2, 3 with all 3 teams on the podium. Love it.
Yeah, again, to y'all's earlier points.
Simpson's obviously able to compete with this level of gymnastics. So for a brand new team, really props to their team and their head coach.
Yeah, roger that. To y'all's earlier point, they're there, right? It's just a thing about depth and consistency. It's a good team.
Parallel bars. Air Force took top 2 positions, tied for first place with Charlie Miles and Eric Upton. And those little scores, the 13.35, we were talking about that we thought might be a little bit low, but hey, they came in tied for first. And then there's Connor Heary again, freshman from Army, with a 13.3, just a tiniest bit behind his Air Force brethren there, taking the third place.
Top 5 scores on that event are all within a 3/10 margin, which is pretty exciting. That's how you see the level of competition. Every 10th matters.
Finally,
I guess Ty Gopal from Air Force with a 13.35. Ty had a really big showing this entire meet. He was up on several different events. So took the gold for high bar on high. Ty took the gold. Cash Johnston, Army, 13.2, and Jake Prabhakaran from Army took the third with a 12.9. All relatively similar difficulty levels, but Army took the bottom 2 spots and bottom 4.
It's a good day. It was a good day for Army. I'm looking forward to talking to the coaching staff and the kids. And they get a break this coming week, so they're off before they go to the college national championships at Navy at the end of March there. So I'm a well-deserved break for them. They did a great job tonight. It was a great meet all the way around here.
So this goes back to your earlier point. This is great. If you look at Brian Rollison's all-around score, he's not far off of that lead there. Army did not put any all-arounders up today. Air Force took positions 1 and 2 with Eric Upton and Jared Fry, the 79.6 and the 75.75. But then right there in the running, Brian Rollison from Simpson was 72.95.
Nah, that's a big showing. I will say that top lead spot, Eric Upton with a 79.6 with the new code, scoring almost an 80 is very impressive.
Yeah, that's huge. You're right. That's huge. He did a great job at the All Academy too. I believe he won that. He's quite a talented gymnast. Certainly is. All right, so there we are. Our final scores again: 311.45 for Army, 307.85 for Air Force, and 295.4. That 311 score will certainly help us on the national level too. So, in terms of averages and all. So it's a very good night for the Army team. Very good night.
I'm looking at the Army. Looks like this was Army's, barely missed their high. Their high before was a 311.9, so just shy. But I mean, they're right there. That's crazy.
Right. But don't they, when they do the average, don't they drop high and low? Isn't that how it's done throughout the year?
You're right. So this score will definitely count.
Right, exactly. So that'd be huge in terms of national placing.
Yeah, and interesting here, going back to what we were talking about earlier, the 1, 2, 3 positions aside, you could tell each team won an event title during this competition as well. So the Simpson College came out on top on the floor exercise, and Army and Air Force kind of traded on and off for the remainder of the event. But that's really cool to see.
No, I completely agree. Yeah, I mean, realistically, it was cool to see Army lead the meet the entire way through. I'm sure that they're gonna be ending today with a smile on their face, their heads held up high, and with that silver star capping off with
the silver star.
I learned something new today.
Yep, star meet. So yeah, it's always better if there's a silver and a gold one. In all fairness, but yeah, it was a great meet for us. Glad to have it. So.
That was good. But Dan and Arnie, this was so much fun, chatting about the meet, talking about everything. And it was also great to meet both of you guys and hear your guys' stories on your your experience in Army and everything. This was so much fun. So I appreciate you guys doing this with me today.
Yeah, exactly. By the way, those stories are called lies. So that's what they're embellished with the years. So thank you very much.
I'm learning that now.
To both of you. It was an honor and a privilege to share the mic with both of you guys. Thank you again, and to those of everybody watching out there, thank you for joining us at beautiful West Point, and look forward to us again. Peace.
Yep. Thanks, everyone. Asad, Arnie.
Night,
hopefully see you in the future.
Good night.
Yes, sir.
Good night, everyone.